Well, hello everybody, and I hope you enjoyed our 8-bit intro to
the
Wake Up
Twilight
Missoula.
Zone. Good morning, everyone, and welcome to Wake Up Missoula. I'm Noelle McAvoy.
And I'm Scott Ramp.
And it is Monday morning. It's President's Day, and so our dear Asaph is not here because the buses are not running.
Not at all.
But as always, Asaph, we miss you. If you ever see this.
Yeah. Yeah.
But I hope you all had a good weekend. It was Valentine's Day. Scott, what'd you do on Valentine's Day?
I went out on the town.
Cool.
I had some fun.
Was it
Listened
pretty
to some
busy
funk
out?
bands.
Pretty busy on Valentine's Day?
Oh yeah, for sure. There are definitely a lot of couples out that night for sure.
Oh, I'm sure.
Then there was a bunch of groups, which is always good. Like if you're alone on Valentine's Day, it's always nice to be with a group of friends.
Yeah.
To help you and support you.
And there's always lots to do.
There was a lot to do. Everything was free downtown too, so it was a perfect night to get out and just wander around if you so needed to.
No reason to feel like a lone wolf.
Yeah. Unless you think it makes you
look good.
Unless it makes you feel cool.
Yeah.
That does.
But as it is President's Day, I don't have school today. So I'm really happy about that.
And it is President's Day, and it's great times to be had on a day off. And it's also like what else? It's the last day for the Big Sky Documentary Film Festival.
It is. Yep.
It's where they're going to be showing all their best movies and all the best movies are going to be on tonight.
Everything that was sold out, everything that won an award, are movies that were really, really good that some people didn't catch. Yeah, but I've got like the first 6 movies and 6 trailers for you guys later on when I talk about my events.
Yes.
But
we have a PSA about our summer camps, and we'll be right back right after this. All right. I guess we're having I guess some of that weird technical difficulty, but regardless of that, we are back. But of course, our summer camps are up.
Yeah, it is.
Let's talk about a little bit of our summer camps. Boom.
So what summer camp do we have up first?
Summer camp our first camp is the Wilderness Camp, and that's happening June 22nd through the 26th, I believe. Okay. And then our next camp is July 6th through the 10th. And the last one, of course, is July 27th through the 31st. So all happening in July, the 2 camps. And of course, we always add a bonus camp if there's overflow of kids. Yep. But regardless of that, those are the main 3 camps that are happening. You can sign your kids up today, tomorrow, whenever. We have all the rest of winter and spring before summer camps begin. So, but we're already talking about summer camps. And speaking of videos, it's warm outside.
It's super warm. Do you have the weather for us?
I actually don't. I forgot.
I forgot my snow report too.
It doesn't matter because I'm just going to move on to. That's the thing that's trending. And speaking of things that are trending, I have a couple of videos I kind of want to show you. And actually, wait. I keep on going ahead. I want to show a little snippet of our movie from last year's summer camp. So we do a directing camp. And we did a big movie that year, and it's about a 20-minute movie. If you guys get a chance to watch, you can watch the whole thing on YouTube via our MCAT channel, and the movie is called A Fish Worth Catching. And it stars a couple of the kids from the camp, and of course we got a couple adult volunteers to be in the movie as well as ourselves. So here's a little taste of A Fish Worth Catching, MCAT Summer Kids production. Well, somebody pushed mute, and
We're having a lot of technical difficulties today.
yeah, but
everyone.
it shouldn't be muted.
No, it shouldn't, because I was just playing music on there. I was literally just listening to it. Well, anyway, it seems that all of our technology isn't working, mostly our audio, but I hope
I don't know why. That's weird.
it does soon.
I guess somebody was messing with it probably.
Oh.
Darn, those darn kids.
People always mess with our stuff over the weekends, and by the time we come back on Monday, it's just like, oh, that's not right, and that's not right, and that's not right either. And we have to replug that in. Yeah, but I'll do some distracting.
Yeah.
So.
Okay, we're good now.
Okay, great.
Yeah. So here is a taste of a fish with catching.
Yes, they have council meeting every Monday at 7 p.m.
I get to talk to the mayor?
More like you get to talk at the mayor.
I better get started.
I hope he doesn't make things worse.
I hope so too.
That's my story, minus the boring stuff. The point that I'm trying to make...
You've run out of time, Mr. Mays.
Now, just a minute. He worked awfully hard on this. You better listen up or there'll be hell to pay.
Okay, go ahead. Finish your story.
I thought Montana had an open river access for all. Times when my brother and father could enjoy a Saturday afternoon on the river. All I ask is you don't take away our rivers and you don't take away my father's memory.
Thank you, Mr. Mays, for your speech.
All right, so that was a little taste.
Fun. And all the cute little kids sitting in the back.
Yep.
That was pretty fun to film. I, of course, was the crazy hippie professor.
Oh, I didn't even. You didn't even get shown. You didn't get shown.
I know, that's fine. I didn't want to. It's okay.
I was this close to letting it play on so you could be in the scene.
No, it's okay.
All right. So there's a lot of stuff trending. Most of the stuff, if you guys haven't watched the 40th anniversary special of Saturday Night Live, it's all what people have been talking about. I didn't get a chance to see it, which is
I
unfortunate.
didn't either, but it's 40 years. Wow. Been on for a long time.
But one of the biggest things that are trending online is the Space Slam Dunk Contest. It is like the NBA All-Stars Slam Dunk Contest. And this is Zach LaVine. No relation to Adam Levine.
Darn.
So this is his Space Jam dunk.
Guy's unbelievable.
He just schooled everyone.
This is special right here. This is special. This is special.
Yep, underneath the legs and underneath the hoop.
Look at his head.
That's awesome.
Yeah.
Wait, let's see this replay too. I just want to see all the angles. Yeah.
All right, so
Sweet.
that was that.
That was pretty sweet. That was really cool.
And of course, there was one. Here's a useful skill. This is crazy Russian hackers, and they're a trendy bunch on the YouTube circuit. And this next one is like how to open a can without a can opener, a knife, or tools, or just it's basically shows you how you can open a can without a can opener. That's their title, and that's what's trending.
You see how all the edges are coming out now? And you squeeze it a little bit. Remember, you cannot use any knives. You see how it's popping out?
It's crazy Russians.
Boom! And guess what? Cat gonna survive too.
Yeah.
Wow, that was sweet.
Yeah.
That's crazy.
And all you have to have is concrete and the can. You just rub it against it, and it works the edging. And
It looks like you have to be pretty strong though to squeeze that. So hopefully you'll be strong. Hopefully.
Yes, and of course the last trending video is a glass sculptor, and he utilizes light refraction prisms to create a nice rainbow illusion effect with his glasswork. And this is Jack Storms, and this is his glass art sculptures.
You can probably see that it's wafer thin, but within this thin piece of glass there's a coating on here that will translate into two different colors. It'll also cast a colored shadow, and it will reflect color as well. It's just one of the elements that add to the spectacular nature of the work. My favorite piece of artwork is by far the Viviovo. I created this piece of artwork. I started it, and it just proved to be so difficult in the process that I pretty much gave up on it. And I was getting ready for a show, and I had met this wonderful girl that eventually ended up being my wife, and I was trying to show off for her. So I brought her in front of the 12, 15, 20 pieces that I had getting ready for a show. And I said, "What's your favorite piece?" Thinking that I was going to, I don't know what I was going to do. Maybe I was going to give it to her, I don't know. And she looks at all the pieces and she says, "I love them all, but this one that's unfinished right here, I think that's my favorite because of what it could be. It looks like it's almost there."
And of course, yeah.
And then they fell in love.
Well, he kind of spoiled it when he said he's soon to be my wife, but yeah.
Well, that's so funny. I love this piece because of what it could be. Marry me.
Marry me, marry me. Anyways, you can find out more information, and speaking of online stuff, you can log on to our website and get a close-up look of Noelle at wakeupmissoula.wix.com/wakeupmissoula. You can follow us on Twitter. I'll tweet you back. Like us on Facebook, both on our Wake Up Missoula television show and our Missoula Community Access television channel 189 and 190. And of course, MCAT Film Camp is happening, and you can find out more about the MCAT Film Camp by logging on to MCAT.org. All sorts of great and wonderful things. So yeah, that about does it for most of my segment, and we have new programming on tonight.
Oh.
So I'm going to show you what's happening tonight and tomorrow night on channels 189.
I do believe there are some folks out there who just want to get their story out to be sensational. That's not, I don't think, what any of us are doing here, or what most people do. And so for me, of course, you fight that. The whole time I was writing my book, I was thinking, who the hell cares about this? Who am I to write this book? And I had to constantly say to myself, it will matter to someone. And memoirs have mattered to me and touched my life and redirected my life. So if I can do that for someone, good.
I mean, one thing to know is that there are, of the 70,000 Montanans who would be eligible for Medicaid, there's a pretty healthy amount who are between the ages of 50 and 64, so not old enough to be eligible for Medicare, but in a particularly vulnerable time of life to be uninsured. So it is an issue for for Montanans of all ages, but this is all under the Medicaid program.
Cool. So that's what's happening tonight at 9 p.m. is Humanities Festival of the Book, the ever and forever ongoing series. And tomorrow is the always monthly meeting of the YWCA Talks, where they talk about issues facing women and everyone else.
Yeah. Sweet.
Women and
They do
families,
good work.
mostly.
Thanks, gals.
Empowering women, eliminating racism,
Yeah.
all sorts of great stuff from the YWCA. So we have some stuff from Noelle if she's ready.
Yeah, we got lots of events.
Yes.
So starting today, these are all Monday events. Kearns Aquatic Center, they're doing their winter walking tour where they, take a little walk and then they come back to, I'm pretty sure it's Kearns, and have a bunch of hot drinks and chat.
And it's not really much of a winter walking tour because it's going to be nice
It's
today.
a spring walking tour.
It's like an early cold spring
walking
right now.
tour. Yeah.
Yeah.
So they're gonna do North Hills and the Moon Randolph Homestead. So they meet at Kern Aquatics at 9. It's $5, and if you need snowshoes, they'll provide them, but I don't think you will. The Downtown Dance Collective, they're having a kid class. It's called Painting Silk and Aerobic Fun. It's a craft exercise day. So it'll be silk painting and body movement. Participants will learn how to make painted silk scarves with breaks during the day to learn some core fitness training and have fun with dance. So kids will make at least 2 completed projects and have a well-exercised body.
Do you think-
And hopefully they'll be tired.
Are kids out of school today in the county district? I know the colleges. I'm not sure about the MCPS,
I'm
but
pretty sure, yeah. But so today is the last day for the Documentary Film Fest.
That's the catalyst for today.
So they, like we said earlier, they're showing all the films that won awards or that were sold out or that other people didn't miss but were really, really good. So I'm going to talk to you about the first 6 films. So Personal Gold, this will start at 10 a.m. at the Wilma in Theater 1. It's an underdog story of 4 women cyclists who become America's medal hope at the London Olympics, where the men's team is banned during the time of Lance Armstrong drug scandal. The underfunded women turn to support from a volunteer team, including their husbands, and a quantified self-experiment using data, not drugs, to attempt the impossible. Win the first women's track cycling medal in 20 years.
Yeah.
So that'll be at the Wilma at 10 a.m. this morning.
Yeah, it's crazy how with Lance Armstrong, he can go from the most loved and celebrated cyclist to the most hated.
And he lost all his medals, didn't he?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Everything that he ever did in cycling was null and void.
Yeah.
And not to mention, I can imagine how the men's cycling team felt about him because they couldn't compete about it. And it was just like, I can't compete because of this guy.
Yeah.
Like, I trained 4 years to be in the Olympics, and I can't go to this because of this guy.
Yeah, that's too bad. Well, and he got selfish, you know? He got selfish and used drugs. I don't know. Who knows? I'm speculating.
Yeah.
But the next movie also starts at 10 this morning. It's in Wilma Theater number 2. It's called Children of the Arctic. It's a portrait of 5 Native Alaskan teenagers growing up in the northernmost community in the United States.
Wow.
As their climate and way of life undergo profound changes, they strive to be both modern American kids and the inheritors of an endangered whaling culture. I'm going to show you guys the trailer for this. So here it is. Yeah, that'll be at the Wilma at 10 a.m. Theater 2. Up next, I've got Shield and Spear. This will be at Wilma 1 at noon. It is an artist paints a character of South African President Jacob Zuma that provokes a lawsuit, death threats, and a massive street protest.
Wow.
Around this incident, Shield and Spear explores a constellation of stories about identity, art, race, and freedom of expression in South Africa, 20 years into democracy. So here is a trailer for this one. Maybe? Most likely.
There we go.
Yep.
We enter into a covenant that we shall build a society in which all South Africans, both black and white, will be able to walk tall without any fear in their hearts. A rainbow nation at peace with itself and the world.
I feel like South Africa, it's like the mecca of creativity around the world now. It's like the music that's coming out of your work, the art, the fashion. It's a great place to be.
South Africa today is like kind of a Wild West scenario where people don't trust each other in a sense.
It looks so relaxed and it looks so beautiful and tranquil, but I think under the surface there's a storm brewing.
Issues around race, issues around trust in our governments are things that we as South Africans are still unpacking to this day.
You're either for the majority black party or you're for the minority white party.
So if you have that divide between white people and black people, the ANC will stay in power.
bit by bit, we're seeing our freedoms, which were fought for, being taken away by the very same grouping of people that apparently fought for it.
And then the shit hit the fan, I suppose.
We are here to defend the dignity of the ANC.
The controversial painting of President Jacob Zuma has in fact been defaced.
It was on everybody's lips. Everybody was talking about it.
If you carry on with this, or we're going to kill you, these kinds of words were used.
People mustn't dream of freedom of expression. People must live and express freely.
We were just used as political pawns in a much, much bigger game.
You're in a country where everything needs to be fought for before you can get it.
There were public calls for me to be stoned to death, and not a word from the state.
So where's the government? What is the government? Who is the government? When does he, she comes to me to rescue me?
So that'll be at Wilma 1 at noon. And then the next movie I've got is called Bedevil. High Priestess Darla Wynn lives as a heavily armed shut-in, unable to leave her home for the fear that more of her pets or she herself will be murdered. After 9 years, Darla decides to take the law in her own hands by running for city council. This is her resurrection. Okay, here's the trailer for this one.
I knew the witch here in the Great Falls area. She sued the town for some ungodly reason. The people reacted. They didn't think too much of the lady.
And I turned to God Almighty, the Lord Jesus Christ, and He gave me life. And I think tonight we humble ourselves and pray. God will restore us.
Those two windows there has probably been broken 4 or 5 times where they threw bricks through it. They killed a cat and hung it from the thing there, and they wrote "Die Witch" in his blood. That's why the room is black.
It's clan mentality, it's clan behavior. I moved down from Alaska to start a new life, started a damn good life for myself.
I lost it all because I stood up to a handful of men.
We all have to take a stand sooner or later. You know, we can't all be in the broom closet, we can't all hide, and we can't all fear. As I gaze upon the moon, I hear the goddess speak her rune, and as she speaks, we become one. As we will, it shall be done.
This is either going to help me do better, or it's going to get me killed. I'm ready to take my life back.
Wow.
I know, isn't that intense? Yeah. And so she's a Wiccan. And so her town is just like not down with it. And so she tried to run
God-fearing Christian.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yep. And so she tried to run for city council and she lost both times. But I guess the very first showing of the movie, she was in the audience and they got to have a Q&A with her.
Wow.
Yeah. Yeah. And so, but she said that she wants to move here. I was like,
that's fine.
yeah, you'll be fine.
You'd actually belong here.
Yeah, that's what people said. That's what
you could actually probably be on city council.
Yeah, I know, that's what we were saying. We're like, you could probably definitely go for city council.
Yeah.
Hey, Ward 4 is open. And then, okay, I have 2 more trailers. So this one is called Fishtail. This will be at the Top Hat at noon. It's a call about the life of 2 cowboys living on a 2,000 acre ranch in Montana. It's a fully functional cattle ranch where Western art specialist Tylee Abbott spent his youth. So the film takes place during calving season, where the month where the calves are born, and it mirrors the life cycle of the cattle with that of the modern cowboys and their families. So here is a trailer for this one.
kind of church back in these last cores. It may not be your church, this last 1% of the West, but it is mine. And I'm asking unashamedly to be allowed to continue worshiping the miracle of the planet and the worship of a natural system not yet touched. A place with the residue of God. The scent, feel, sight, taste, and sound of God, forever fresh upon it.
Yeah, so that'll be Top Hat at noon, and then my very last trailer. This is the movie that I was talking about last week that I said on Sunday, that I saw on Sunday night about Cambodia's rock and roll scene and how the government came in and killed everyone. And so, well,
it's crazy.
Did.
Yeah.
It is crazy. And so this is the trailer for it. This will be at the Wilma Second Theater at 2 p.m.
There is a saying in Cambodia, music is the soul of a nation.
Bên cái hai thạc krương chỉ krong alangka mỗi nào gì bịa cái này. Bên chỉ cái này chum chun là krong pling trăn krong một bị khai ấy mà chụp chum hiện.
Ils sont très soudés, les musiciens, les chanteurs. Donc c'est toutes sortes de musique moderne chez nous.
I was not a shy kid, you know. I was like, just give me the music, I'll dance. I'm like, this is so cool, it's my generation. I was ready for more, and all of a sudden, it was all gone.
We did get involved in bombing a neutral country.
I can't figure out what we're doing over here in the first place. In Cambodia or Vietnam? Anywhere, Cambodia or Vietnam.
The new Cambodia was going to be a revolutionary country and not contaminated by the West.
ខ្ញុំថាខ្ញុំលក់ចៃជៀននេះនាងខ្ញុំគឺអ្នកចម្រៀងខ្ញុំផោគេទេនិយាយដើម្បីឲ្យរស់ជីវិត
Si vous voulez éliminer la société, les anciennes valeurs, il faut commencer par éliminer les artistes. Parce que les artistes sont influents. Les artistes sont proches du peuple.
Yeah.
Right? Really good. Yeah, it was an awesome movie.
When is it playing tonight again?
Yeah, it'll be at 2 p.m. at the Wilma today. I know, isn't that great? Yeah, it was a really awesome movie, but so sad. So sad. But yeah, okay, so everyone, that's what's going on with the Big Sky Doc Film Fest. Those are the first 6 movies for today. It starts at 10 a.m. Check out bigskyfilmfest.org and you'll get the full schedule, all the trailers, all the descriptions of the movies that are going on today, as today is the last day for that. So moving on, now we've got our Just for Fun art group at the Missoula Senior Center. This is for, older generation. All media is welcome. Watercolor, acrylic, oil, ceramic sculptor. You got to bring your own materials. But there is an artist on site that'll lead you through and give you inspiration and help you out if you need. It's $2. Yeah, from 12:30 to 2:30 today. The bridge group is also happening at the senior center at 1 p.m. So if you don't want to do art, you can play bridge. And so it's a $1.25 fee to charge to cover expenses. Top Hat Lounge has got their Missoula Deadhead Hour for 2 hours. Raising the Dead, where they show live recorded Grateful Dead videos from the 60s, 70s, 80s, and 90s. 40 years, yeah. And then Plonk has got their service industry nights. So if you work in the service industry or, restaurateur, you can get their special menu for exclusive details.
Yes, it's a SIN menu.
Yeah, it's so sinful.
I know. SIN stands for something, for the SIN.
Service industry night.
What?
It's Monday, I don't know.
No, I know. I was just messing with you. Or was I?
Monk's Bar.
Hallmark or Bullmark? No?
Yeah.
Everything's all fake, or everything is fake
Hallmark
of
movie.
a fake.
Yeah, everything's fake or everything's Hallmark.
Which is also fake.
Monk's Bar, they've got their Jazz Mondays. Every Monday from 7 to 9, the Basement Boys perform, followed by others sitting in with a quartet, and a lot of them are from the university. And this next event is awesome. I don't know if you guys have heard the buzz, but there's a new radio station called Missoula Community Radio. And so what I can imagine, it'll be like the college station, but probably a little easier to get on. And it won't be, university affiliated. It'll be Missoula, worldwide, citywide, which I think this is great, as we are on cable access, and I'm all for local do-it-yourself radio and TV. They're gonna have an open discussion at the Zootown Arts Community Center tonight at 7 p.m. So they're gonna do a short presentation about where the project stands, followed by an open Q&A, and also long-term goals. They have 105.5 as their channel, and so they're gonna, get a bunch of feedback and then start opening with that. They're gonna start it soon. So we're gonna get the person that started it. We'll get her on our show and find out more. Yeah.
I want to do my own thing.
I would love to do community radio.
Do you want to do a community radio with me? We should, but it would be like a no holds barred, and it would be like I already had an idea for what we do for our podcast, but since this is a radio station, we can be part of that. But I would call it the Missoula Native, and we talk about controversial issues in Missoula and what we can do to improve our city in Missoula, and especially with this controversial book that's coming out by John Krakauer. I think that would be a good first topic to talk about.
I think so too. Yeah.
Not to mention, I'm already up to date on the city council. Might as well talk about the city council stuff. Who knows?
All the city stuff. Totally. Yeah, I think that's awesome. That's so awesome. So looking forward to hearing more about that, and we will let you guys know everything that we know once we know it. So up next, that's what's going on Monday. Up next, I've got Tuesday events. So starting tomorrow, they've got their Missoula Public Library has a Tiny Tales. This is every Tuesday, Thursday, and Friday at 10:30 a.m. This is for babies ages birth through 3 years. And it's just, they have finger plays, nursery rhymes, songs, stories. It's usually held in the downstairs large meeting room, and signs will be posted if it's elsewhere. Bitter Gymnastics has their preschool playgroup. This is for ages walking to 5 years. It's an hour, $8 a drop-in, $12 for siblings. They set up different stations, activities around the gym, and then parents and children choose what they want, and then they all move around. The Learning Center at Red Willow, 825 West Kent Avenue. They've got their weekly sit meditation. This is Tuesdays, 12 to 1. It's an ongoing class. You can join anytime. It's $35 for 4 weeks, or just $10 to drop in. And it's just designed to fit your lunch hour once a week. If you need some meditation and some relaxing time, check this out. It'll be perfect for you. Dearborn Condominiums, they're hosting the Shooting the Bull Toastmasters at 5705 Grant Creek Road. This is where this is a workshop style discussion where they get together and help each other prove their public speaking abilities. They give advice and feedback, and also get advice and feedback. And so it's just to help your public speaking abilities, and it's completely free, always. So there's a new distillery in town, which I've definitely been meaning to get these guys on our show too. It's called the Montana Distillery. It's located downtown. It's on Woody Street. So you've got your train tracks and the north side, and it's on this side before you even hit Higgins. Or no, not Higgins, Spruce. Yeah, so it's in between Railroad and Spruce, right by the Silver Dollar. Yeah, so we've got a new distillery. They are also going to do their pay it forward to the community like our breweries and our other distillery does. So Tuesdays they're having Mule-tastic Tuesdays. So every $1 from each cocktail sold will be a different nonprofit organization from 12 to 8. So there is a class called Tiny Tots with Fiddles. So this is a Tiny Tots class for fiddle playing. Starts at 3:30 tomorrow. It's at a private teaching studio on the corner of Orange and 3rd Street. 493-4533 is their phone number. And it starts tomorrow. It goes from February 17th to June 2nd for the class. Garden City Montessori, which is a preschool schooling school.
What?
Yeah, I don't know.
You get schooled in school.
You know. But it's located at 3035 South Russell Street. They're having an open house tomorrow from 5 to 7. So you can go check out their education, meet their teachers, find out what exactly it is all about. And you can explore their China garden. So they have kids from ages 3 to 4th grade is the general age for this. Yeah. And like we had last week, Mark Moss was on here from Tell Us Something. And so tomorrow night is Tell Us Something. It's about adventures.
Adventure.
Yeah. And so stories last for 10 minutes. They're already all full up for speakers. But it's $5 to get in, and you can go and sit and listen to these true stories.
You know, I really wanted to do that.
I do too.
I really want to do a Tell Us Something.
I do
Maybe
too.
like a if they do it for Halloween, like a scary themed ones. Like if they say a ghost story, I have the perfect ghost story for it. Yeah.
Nice.
I'm sure I told you the story of Kupla Khan.
Oh yeah, Kupa Can. Yeah, he's terrifying.
He's terrifying.
So scary.
The ghost that haunts MCAT.
Kupa Can.
Kupla Khan.
He's super crazy.
He's so great. All right, moving on.
So, yeah. There is a financial fitness class at the Solstice Building starting at 6 p.m. tomorrow. Solstice Building is located at 1535 Liberty Lane, right on the corner of Broadway and Russell, that weird little road next to McDonald's and Taco del Sol. And so this is February 17th, 18th, and 19th, 6 to 9. It's free. And they're just it's a discussion about being financially fit. So they're gonna get in financial shape, set goals for spending and saving, managing debt, and learning other money management skills. You'll also learn how to get organized, create a budget that works, saving for future goals, understanding how to manage credit, rebuilding credit, avoiding financial pitfalls and consumer traps, understanding insurance. So it sounds like these are all really, really great, important things that everyone needs to know. And it doesn't say that it's cost anything. These are usually free. So just check it out tomorrow, 6 p.m., 1535 Liberty Lane. The Missoula Public Library has got their official gamers club for all ages called System Check, starting at 6:30 p.m. tomorrow night. So they have a 120-inch screen TV. They have Minecraft, Super Smash Brothers, Brawl, and Mario Kart. They also have tabletop games, Settlers Catan, and other board games. They have Dungeons and Dragons Starter. And Magic. I'm sure they've got all those awesome card games too. So 6:30 to 8:30 in the large meeting room at the public library. And Tuesday is Mardi Gras, and so the Good Food Store, they're having a cooking class called Flavors of the World Mardi Gras. $35. Redbird chef Matt Paris, he's a South Carolina native, rooted in Montana, but his heart is still deep in the South. And so he is gonna, in honor of Mardi Gras, he's gonna make all of his favorite Southern food. He's gonna make barbecue braised duck legs with sweet potato biscuits and coleslaw, fried oyster salad, Cajun stew etouffee, and bourbon bread pudding. So $35 at the Good Food Store tomorrow. University of Montana has got their Wilderness Lecture Series. This is hosted by Alan Watson. He's going to give a discussion or a lecture. Starts at 7 p.m. tomorrow. He is from the Research Institute. He's a Research Institute social scientist and an Aldo Leopold Wilderness Research Institute. It's bigger than wilderness, transformation realizations from doing wilderness science. That's what the talk is called. Free and open to the public, starting at 7 p.m. at the University of Montana. And my last event is called an Evening of Film and Music, a benefit. This is going to be at the Union Club tomorrow at 7. The Missoula Industrial Workers of the World Organizing Committee, they're hosting a night of film and music to benefit the Photo Voice Project of Good Jobs Missoula and the Missoula Food Bank. They're going to be screening Together We Win, The Fight to Organize Starbucks. It's about the Starbucks Workers Union, and along with other short films. They're also going to have performances by Bird Smile Home, The Whiskey Hooves, and Johnny Baker. Admission is free. They request donations of money for the projects. Or else they would like canned goods. And so they preferred items are chili, canned meals, condiments, cooking oils, and salad dressings. Yeah, so that's a lot of events, lots of things going on today and tomorrow. That's what I've got for you guys. But up next, we've got a word on the street.
Yes, word on the street. And today's theme is all about 50 Shades of Grey, whether or not you people read the book, saw the movie, excited for the movie, all sorts of great stuff, provided by the Sentinel High School Media Academy. And this is it.
You read 50 Shades of Grey?
I have. Yes, I have. Yeah, I did.
I have not.
I have not read 50 Shades of Grey, no.
I have not. What do you think about the book literacy-wise, or your own opinion?
I thought the book was terribly written. With that being said, it was wildly entertaining. I don't think it was written very well. I didn't like the book. It was really sexual, that's for sure.
I wouldn't say much about it, actually. It's another book.
I haven't read it, so I don't really know. But I think it's kind of just smut.
I think it opened people's minds to like sadomasochism and bondage and everything else, because it's always been so taboo. Why do you think this book's so popular?
Sex.
I think people like reading about risque matter, about, I don't know, something that stirs things up a bit.
I think it's popular because it's kind of going outside of, you have like romance novels, and it's like going further than that. And I don't know if you've read it, but it's super raunchy. Yeah, super raunchy.
Definitely because of all the sex, I would say.
I think that sex sells.
Honestly, I think because of the controversy that it created, because, people started reading it and they were like, oh my God, it's it's like a porn book. And then that made everyone else curious as to what it was all about.
I don't think that the S&M part of it, the bondage part of it, was necessarily abusive, but from what I understand, the nature of their relationship is sort of abusive, so.
I think it's just, right wings and, as I said, religious fanatics that are blowing it out of proportion. I would say that probably is happening a lot, of people reading it and wanting to get something out of it in their own life.
I think it's totally true. Yeah, because that's totally like the whole point of the movie. I think they're totally fair.
I can understand where people would think that. I read the books and I didn't get that from reading those books.
And last question, would you see the movie?
No.
Yes, I would watch it, but I wouldn't pay to see it in theaters.
Probably. I might see it, mostly out of curiosity. Maybe. I don't know.
I would.
I probably will see the movie, but probably not tonight and probably not in a theater. I'd be kind of embarrassed to buy the ticket, I think. We'll see.
No. No desire. After reading the books, no desire. Can't believe I even read beyond the first book, but I just wanted to see how it ended.
I love that she's holding her child. What'd you think of that porn book? I don't know.
Well,
this was me holding a baby. I think this is
that kid wouldn't be here if she didn't read the book.
That was funny. I didn't read the book, but it was self-published. And
a lot of people, if you've been watching the Humanities Montana, a lot of the authors are self-publishers, and they say that they make a lot more money by self-publishing. And even like musical artists, Radiohead, they gave up all against the Mafia, and there actually was a record company called the Mafia. And so self-publishing in the music world is very popular. Yeah. So the book world's like.
Well, the only thing about this book is, though, like other self-publishers, they've got editors. This gal didn't have an editor. Or at least if she did, it was the worst editor ever. Because there were times when, instead of oh my God, she would spell out OMG. And she would do like emoticons and like internet lingo.
Well,
in a book that is supposed to be literature.
We live in a world where if the market if the market buys it, then that's the way that it works now. Capitalism has gotten to the point where it promotes the idiocy of certain books. Well, which it's sad, but it's also true. But I don't want to get all deep about it. Everyone should make their own choices in life, and
I agree. I agree.
Yeah.
I guess I'm just a little old-fashioned.
I'm not going to judge the book solely based on the cover of the book, and that's true. You should never base a book based on its cover or its title. And you know what I'm talking about. Our book that's coming out in April about Missoula.
Sure hope so.
And said college, trials and.
My only thing, I don't know, she just needs an editor, and I guess I'm just a little old-fashioned with that. I think that literature should be a specific way, or, but that's just me being old-fashioned. Yeah. That's not...
We live in a whole brand new world where people watch people commentating on things. I really want to shoot a little box of us commentating on us talking about ourselves. It's like you see us in the corner. It's like, all right, now he's about to drop the bomb, and then I say something really stupid, or
and then Noelle's gonna laugh.
I was like, okay, here's Noelle gonna say something about holistic stuff, and now Scott's gonna snark, and then she punches him.
That's how it always is. Any hippie thing, Scott's just like.
But yeah, I think we had a great show. I'm not gonna play the in the can music because it's like 8-bit, and poor Matthew was all like, "I go summer."
If you want to get your kids away from you.
And if you do want to get your kids away from you this summer, you can go on to MCAT.org and find the link on our MCAT.org website. You can find out all sorts of great trending stuff on MCAT's website, Missoula Community Access Television. On Facebook, you can totes likes our actual show, Wake Up Missoula. I like this I like the sunrise.
I do too.
I always steal pictures from Ron Scholl, our producer here.
Totally.
And of course, you can tweet us. So you can see me without my mustache, and you can see Noelle's nose ring very well and prominent. I like sometimes you really can't see Noelle's nose ring.
No, or my freckles.
Yeah.
I have a couple nose rings and freckles, and you just you never.
So log on to wakeupmissoula.wix.com/wakeupmissoula because I'm too cheap to buy wakeupmissoula.com. So
hey, that works. Yeah.
So I'm going to end the show with some art clips by our very own Rick Phillips, who works at MCAT. And he does all the city council stuff. God bless you, Rick.
Thank you.
So I'm going to end the show with some arts, and this is an art gallery going on at the social science buildings. And the art gallery, I keep on forgetting, it's the Gallery of Visual Arts, School of Art, University of Montana Social Science Building. It's a mouthful, but you just go into the social science building in the front. It's really cool, old looking building, and then you take a left, and there's a gallery.
They're like these open doors, you can kind of tell.
And the gallery is usually like from 9 to 5.
Yeah.
And, sometimes they open until 6 for people just getting off work.
Yeah, I think so too. But also with Rick's art videos, he makes all his own music. And I've always loved his music, so it's kind of cool to...
And he's so nice to make an album for
I know,
Noelle.
he's going to make me a CD. I'm excited. I like his music. I think it's really cool. And it's so chill and perfect with these art videos. Yeah.
All right, so
everyone.
Thanks for joining us for Wake Up Missoula. I am Scott Ramp.
I'm Noelle McAvoy, and we'll see you Wednesday.